If you're watching this video, chances are probably pretty good that you realize that overcoming retroactive jealousy is certainly not always easy. The topic of retroactive jealousy itself, or should I say the issue of retroactive jealousy, is surprisingly complicated. And if you're getting bad information about retroactive jealousy, which unfortunately exists, in abundance online, when you're getting bad information about retroactive jealousy, it makes everything that much harder. But thankfully, after 10 years of doing this work, we know that there are certain frameworks, there are certain perspectives, there are certain tools that you can use that can drastically speed up your recovery. Things that you can do, simple things that you can do, that can speed up your process of recovery probably more than you think is possible right now. In today's video, I want to talk about what I believe to be the least discussed and possibly the most important element involved in overcoming retroactive jealousy. My name is Zachary Stockhill. If you're new here, thanks for watching. And since 2013, I've helped thousands of men and women from all over the world overcome retroactive jealousy. By the way, if you aren't familiar with that term, the term retroactive jealousy refers to unwanted intrusive thoughts, often obsessive curiosity, and what I call mental movies involving your partner's past relationships and/or sexual history. I've put out hundreds of videos, hundreds of blog posts, and all kinds of resources available on this topic, and you can find them all at my website at retroactivejealousy.com. The least discussed, and in many ways the most important aspect of overcoming retroactive jealousy. If you're struggling with your partner's past on any level, if there's anything about your partner's past that's bothering you, chances are good that at least at some point, and maybe all the time, maybe quite frequently, but at least at some point you've wondered, are my feelings rational or irrational? Is my partner's past actually a deal breaker, or am I just going a little crazy? Does the fact that I can't seem to stop thinking about my partner's past indicate that maybe I should get a new partner? Maybe I'm in the wrong relationship. Does my partner's past matter? It's crucial for me to note that not every retroactive jealousy sufferer struggles with the question of values, as I call it, with the question of whether or not their partner's past is actually problematic, the question of whether or not their partner actually shares their values, the question of whether or not their partner's past is actually a deal breaker. Needless to say, not every retroactive jealousy sufferer struggles with this question. In fact, many people struggling with unwanted, intrusive thoughts and mental movies about their partner's past know, at least 99% of the time, that their feelings are irrational. There's no real glaring red flags in their partner's past. There's no actual cause for concern. Their partner shares their values. There's nothing seriously problematic or questionable in their partner's past. They just simply can't stop thinking about it. Many retroactive jealousy sufferers feel that way. However, on top of the intrusive thoughts, many retroactive jealousy sufferers also have serious and often legitimate questions about their compatibility with their partner, whether or not they're in the right relationship, and whether their partner actually shares their values. In other words, many retroactive jealousy sufferers fear that maybe they're in the wrong relationship. Maybe they found out certain details about their partner's past that are actually problematic, actually a deal breaker, and crucially, actually a warning sign for the future. And I don't see a lot of people talking about this in the online retroactive jealousy space. In some ways, it's easier to overcome retroactive jealousy when you know that it's irrational, when you realize, at least 99% of the time, that there are no serious deal breakers in your partner's past, there are no serious red flags. But when you're struggling with the intrusive thoughts and the curiosity and the mental movies, and on top of that, you think maybe your partner's past is actually a problem, unfortunately, this can be a little more challenging. I struggled with this once upon a time, a million years ago, when I was struggling with retroactive jealousy, and I would say around 75 to maybe 80% of my coaching clients fit into this category as well. And over the years, I have worked with literally hundreds of men and women who have these questions about their partner's past, their compatibility with their partner, and whether or not their partner shares their values. I have been on a number of extremely raw coaching calls with men and women from around the world, sharing me the intimate details of their partner's past, sharing their goals and aspirations and their values, bearing their soul on a coaching call with me, trying to get to the bottom of their feelings about their partner's past, and whether or not their feelings about their partner's past are rational or not. And the thing that I've discovered above all is that for people who have these questions about compatibility and values and red flags and all the rest, for people that have these questions, the sooner they can get a handle and see things clearly and really understand whether or not their feelings are rational or not, quite often that makes taking care of the intrusive thoughts and the curiosity and the mental movies, it makes taking care of that stuff so much easier. And once they sort out the values question for themselves, they start making unbelievably quick progress towards beating retroactive jealousy for good. However, the crucial component in that is they need to spend the time first to get clarity about their boundaries and values, get clarity about their partner's past and whether or not it actually matters, and clarity about whether or not to even continue in their current relationship, which is why I wanted to talk to you today. Today, I am celebrating the release of my newest online video course. It's called The Path to Peace. I designed The Path to Peace for any retroactive jealousy sufferer who also has questions about their partner's values, who has questions about their partner's compatibility with them, who has questions about the compatibility and future of their relationship. Basically, if you are struggling with retroactive jealousy, in other words, you're struggling with unwanted intrusive thoughts, mental movies, and obsessive curiosity about your partner's past, and at the same time you aren't sure as to whether or not your partner's past is actually a deal breaker, you aren't sure as to whether or not your partner shares your values, you think potentially there could be actual serious red flags in your partner's past, if that describes you, I created The Path to Peace for you. The Path to Peace is an all-new online video masterclass to help retroactive jealousy sufferers get clarity about their boundaries, their values, and the future of their relationship. This new masterclass was based on a framework I've developed over almost a decade of one-on-one coaching, hundreds of clients who fit this description of struggling with the question of red flags in their partner's past, hundreds of clients who have come to me to help them get clarity about their boundaries, their values, and whether or not there is actually any concern in their partner's past. Because when you get clarity about the future of your relationship, once you get clarity about whether or not your partner's past actually matters or not, overcoming retroactive jealousy becomes so much quicker and easier. But the trick is you need to spend that time first to truly get clarity about who you are, what you want, and whether or not your partner's past is actually a problem. Inside The Path to Peace, this all-new masterclass, I've compiled almost 10 years of lessons, hundreds of coaching calls, and endless conversations and research and questions working with retroactive jealousy sufferers to get to the bottom of their values, their deal breakers, and whether or not their partner's past is actually a problem. And as far as I know, The Path to Peace is the only online masterclass available designed specifically for retroactive jealousy sufferers who have these questions about their partner's values. Again, not every retroactive jealousy sufferer has these questions about whether or not their partner's past matters or not, and this all-new online masterclass is for those that do. The Path to Peace is for you if you've ever wondered whether or not your partner's past actually matters. If you've ever gone back and forth as to whether or not you should stay in your current relationship as a result of retroactive jealousy. If you continually struggle with the question of your partner's values or their morals, and you wonder about the risk factor involved in staying with them long term. And finally, this class was designed for you if you aren't sure about whether or not your partner shares your values, whether or not you should save your relationship, or continue working to overcome retroactive jealousy. After many months of recording and trial and error and trying to get this just right, I'm so excited today to announce the release of The Path to Peace. I can't wait to share it with you. I've gotten a lot of really good feedback on it so far. And so if you want to check out the details about The Path to Peace, please click the link in the description. The link will take you to a very long and detailed article about exactly what's included in The Path to Peace. It'll help you decide whether or not it's right for you. There's a bunch of frequently asked questions there and all kinds of details on my newest masterclass, The Path to Peace. Once again, I'm so excited to share this with you. Thanks for your interest. And be sure to click the link in the description of this video to learn all about my new project, The Path to Peace. But I want to emphasize that this course, this new masterclass, The Path to Peace, is not about me trying to project my values on you or tell you exactly, what you should do or trying to prescribe my morals and values on you. It's a specifically designed and very interactive framework to help you get the clarity and insight you need to arrive at your own conclusions, to get your own direction, to arrive at your own sense of peace of mind and mental clarity, without wasting months or years in therapy with counselors who probably haven't even heard of the term retroactive jealousy, and without wasting any more months or years in constant turmoil with your partner, unsure of how to move forward or not in your current relationship. If you just follow the simple time-tested framework outlined in The Path to Peace, you'll arrive at the answers you need and you'll drastically speed up your recovery from retroactive jealousy. So click the link in the description for all the details. I can't wait to share it with you. And for everyone watching this video, thanks again for your interest and your support, and over the years giving me all the feedback and giving me all the suggestions really that I need to record this new masterclass. Thank you so much for watching. Click the link in the description of this video to learn all about my newest project, The Path to Peace.